Hi, I'm Anthony DeFeo with the West Volusia Beacon. I'm sitting here with Andre Darby. He's a playwright originally from DeLand, and his play, My Prodigal Child 2, is going to be shown this weekend as part of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebrations in DeLand. Thanks for sitting down and speaking with me.
And thank you for having me, Anthony. Appreciate it.
So let's get down to it. So tell us a little bit about about what your play is about.
My Prodigal Child 2, it stems from My Prodigal Child 1. It comes from the Bible story of the prodigal child, the prodigal son. And so what I did was I kind of gave it a little twist and brought it up to date as it relates to issues that people go through. Today the storyline is about a young lady who abandons motherhood. She leaves her daughter to be raised by the grandmother, and she goes and pursues a lavish lifestyle with her drug dealing boyfriend. But she runs into a little bit more trouble than she bargained for. Falls in the hands of abuse, drug abuse, and what she thought was love was absolutely not what it was. And so part 2 is kind of that introductory of that new life of her coming home. And so it's a great play, very funny. So a comedic musical stage play. You'll love it.
And obviously, that whole coming home aspect throws on the biblical story of the prodigal child.
Yes, sir, the prodigal son. Just like the prodigal son left home, wanted to live life on his own and do his own thing, take all his wealth and just go. So here, she wants to pursue that lavish lifestyle. She wanted to have all this money and live with all this, fanciness and. But like they say, man, there's no place like home.
Absolutely. And so how does the play kind of relate to the themes of Dr. King's legacy and the Dr. Martin Luther King Day celebrations?
Well, Dr. King stood for unity. He stood for togetherness. Dr. King himself was a very family-oriented man. And so, what we demonstrate through this play is being unified. A strong family value, strong morals, overcoming and being able to deal with any of today's challenges, but yet deal with it together in unity and demonstrate the love. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about your own background. You have been doing this for some years, and you've actually acted yourself even overseas.
Yeah, I have more of a music background. Those who are familiar with my oldest brother, Terrence Trent Darby, who's right here from DeLand. So I kind of was following, those footsteps. But until I had the opportunity to go to Europe and landed a leading role in a play called Tell Hell I Ain't Coming. And I was in Europe for about a month. And after doing that, man, I kind of decided, since I already write songs, already write poetry, I wanted to tap into writing some scripts. And I came back from Europe and I met a guy by the name of Clyde R. Jones, who actually got me the role in Europe. But after coming back, I talked to him even more about getting into playwriting, although I started doing other plays and got on the stage with other performers such as Jack A. Harry, such as Carl Payne, Drew Sidora, and many more. I decided I wanted to start, really taking it serious and writing my own. And so my first play that I wrote was a play called A Journey to Redemption. And I did that play for a couple of years before introducing My Prodigal Child. And now we're doing My Prodigal Child 2.
Okay. And so your play is going to be held kind of as a kickoff of the Dr. King Day celebrations here in DeLand. That's going to be at Southwestern Middle School?
Yes, sir. This Friday, we're kicking off the Dr. King celebration festivities Friday at the DeLand Middle School at 7 p.m. right there on New Hampshire. It's going to be a great play featuring a great cast. We have Star 94.5's JoJo O'Neill. She's in it. Gospel recording artist Melvin Dawson. We have some great characters. You're going to meet Miss Odessa in a little bit. And man, it's a great, funny, comedic musical stage play. You're going to love it.
Well, thanks a lot for talking to us about the play, Andre.
Thank you so much for having me, Anthony.
I'm Stephanie Corley, and I'm playing the part of Miss Odessa. O to the DESAH.
Thanks for sitting down and speaking with me, Stephanie. So tell me a little bit about your part in the play.
Well, I'm Miss Odessa. I'm the neighbor that always showing up at my friend's house. I offer good advice, I have good Christian morals, and funny. So I'm just like the lifeline, bringing a comedian side of the gospel play, The Prodigal Child, to the sequel.
Okay. And so what significance to you does the part play?
Well, my part is important because I'm always coming over to offer good advice to those that need it. Unwanted advice sometimes, but the majority of the time the advice I give is good Christian values and morals and how to go about through life without always taking things so, for granted or so serious all the time, because laughter is good for the soul.
Absolutely. And so how does your part in the play and the play in general kind of relate to Dr. King's legacy?
Because everything I do is unified. It's all about bringing families together. If it's a broken home, I have advice to get the family to praying and coming back together, because that was his legacy. It started off with the foundation of prayer. And so that's what I try to instill in my cast members about prayer. Prayer changes things.
Absolutely. So how long have you been acting?
Well, I've been acting all my life, but I got my first start here with Mr. Andre and Platinum's work in Journey to Redemption. I was the angel, and from there I got cast in Prodigal Child 1 as well as 2. So this is an extension of what I've always done, even through high school and even as a youngster. I've always been a comedian, the life of the party. That's just me.
Okay. And I think that's about it. Thank you for sitting down and talking to me.
Well, thank you for interviewing me.